In less than 1 week, a new nation could be born in the Pacific. The French territory of New Caledonia is one of our closest neighbours, and this weekend many of its 270,000 residents will go to the polls to decide whether they stay with France or become fully independent. While it might be known for its picturesque beaches, New Caledonia's history is complicated and fraught. France took possession of the tropical archipelago in 1853 and, like Australia, the small Pacific territory began its life under colonial rule as a penal colony. Now it's one of the most prosperous countries in the region, thanks to rich deposits of nickel and hefty subsidies from Paris. But New Caledonia's Indigenous people, the Kanaks, who make up about 40% of the population, still face economic inequality. And many Kanaks have been demanding independence for decades on the principle of dignity and self-determination. And those tensions exploded into violence in the 1980s, culminating in a bloody confrontation on Uvea Island to the northeast.
Kanak separatists have been holding the hostages for 12 days. They say they won't release them until talks for independence begin.
Kanak militants killed 4 French police officers and took more than 24 others hostage. French special forces then raided the cave where the policemen were being held, killing 19 of the Kanak fighters. But the territory managed to sidestep a full-blown civil war after France brokered peace talks in the 1980s and 1990s. The government of France pledged more powers to New Caledonia and promised to give its residents the chance to vote for independence in the future. And now that moment has arrived and the vote is here. The polls predict a victory for the no vote to remain, as many New Caledonians worry that their standard of living will decline if they make a break with France. A yes vote would bring an outburst of joy in many Kanak communities, but stir anxiety about how the territory will fare by itself. And even if locals do decide to vote no this time, that still doesn't mean that the debate's over. Under the peace deal that was agreed upon, the people of New Caledonia get 2 other chances to vote to say yes, with 2 more referendums in 2020 and 2022. Everyone hopes the votes won't be marred by violence, but while the territory's enjoyed 30 years of peace, racial tensions still ripple beneath the surface. So, will New Caledonia make a decisive break from its past, or decide that its future remains with France? We'll find out on Sunday.